Did he? Was that like the first word? Was effing? Hey,
That's the
one day. Well, like what? Like you don't understand YouTube and how it works better than anyone. Anyway, we're not doing that thing where we ignore the guests because
You don't even need to say that anymore. He's not a guest.
He's not a guest, is he? He's part of the furniture. He's Mr. Webby. How are we doing?
Good.
Uncle Webby, you're looking well, man.
Good. Nice weather.
Sun?
Nice weather. I just walked through Piccadilly Gardens. Christ's sake. Gas needs blowing up. Absolute. Oh. Some blokes fighting in wheelchairs and crutches are going on and. Oh.
I didn't expect that one.
Who had 11 seconds?
I can't even have a go at you for swearing when he's advocating blowing up Piccadilly Gardens.
No, but you know, someone sent me a picture the other day.
Maybe we're on the internet, right? I think you have to clarify when no one's in it.
Right, yeah, well, no one's in it at night, at like 2 a.m.
As a controlled
needs
demolition.
A right cleaning up. Do you know what I've walked through town there?
We're not talking about
man.
It needs.
It needs cleaning. Sorry about that.
We're not advocating any sort of explosive device.
Listen, Webby, talk to us after, no, man.
You know, well, you know yourself.
He's not remotely.
You know yourself from years ago. Maybe it's a bit too young for you. Like,
no, I'm not.
Piccadilly Gardens was a lovely place. Now it's full of rubbish.
Webby, just remove those rose tinted glasses because it was a crack den for a long, long time. When it was the sunken in one, that was crack den central.
Just sad to see.
It's probably worse.
It got better and then got worse.
Yeah, I think it's worse than
There's old police walking around and you see them all there. They know what's going on. Do something about it.
Well, I said to you, didn't I? I think it was on the Brew actually, about 2 years ago. We got to Morrison's, and there was a guy face down on the floor, right on the entrance, and everyone's stepping over him. And there's 2 old Bill walking up, and I said, "Look, I'm not being funny."
Where is Joe today?
I think he's getting another haircut. And he said to him. And I said to him, I'm not being funny. I mean, the chap's probably spiced out there, but do you want to make sure he's all right? He's breathing. Because everyone was just stepping over him, and even they were like walking past him, like, oh yeah, you know what? There's just a guy face down in his own vomit in the middle of like Piccadilly, and I'm like, at least have a look.
Spice still a thing because it was a bit of a thing for a minute, wasn't it?
They're on summit, aren't they? Because they're all off their heads.
Yeah, I don't know. No. I'm not.
I'm fucking right there with them.
It
must be so dehumanising because people just fucking walk past them constantly.
Yeah.
I'd be right. What else are you going to do all day long?
And
I'd be so off my nut.
I know, and it like a $5 or something. So it's dead cheap. And I used to do like I remember covering it when I was on the radio, and it's like it's pennies gets you out your head. And obviously, if you're homeless, do you know what I mean? It's like it's just making the days go by.
Just this top end of town now, it's just gone on it. You know, to what it was. It's just a shame, but. That's the way it is, unfortunately, and who can deal with it? You know, so you can clear them all out and they'll be back within a day.
Why don't it's weird though? Why do you just let them crack on with it? Because when I say crack on, I mean literally crack on. Yeah. Like they'll literally see people smoking crack away and just leave them. I think what sort of?
No, imagine coming into Manchester for the first time and you get off at Piccadilly and walk down the approach.
It's not the greatest road in the world, is it?
No,
and then you bump into that and you get back on the rattler, wouldn't you?
You would.
You're texting your mate saying, "So how's Manchester?" You're like,
great.
"I've literally been past 4 Gregs." That's not an exaggeration, by the way.
Yeah.
By the time you get to the Gardens, you've gone past 4 Gregs, and there's even a little sneaky one next to a vape shop that's like doesn't even have a sign on it. It's just that's the. You don't get off the train and go in that first Greg because that's a massive queue. You don't get in the second one because that's all the ones who didn't wanted one but was like not getting in the queue. And they've all dived in the next one. The third one is the one you want to dive into because that's not even got a sign. The one next to the vape shop. Don't ask me about it. But what was I talking about? Oh yeah, so you're walking into town.
Yeah.
It's Spice World.
Yeah.
Without fucking Emma Bunton.
Yeah.
Right. And 4 Gregs. Do you know Cristiano Ronaldo trying to buy where Massimo used to be on a
Is this
corner?
real, this?
He bought it,
right?
But he's done fuck all with it.
Why
but
has he
what
bought
a
it?
mad gaff for Cristiano Ronaldo to buy, because that's like Spice Epicenter.
Did I tell you about me and Joe? I mean, something to say, but I will. Stopping someone getting mugged the other week.
No.
Like fucking Del Boy and Rodney.
Yeah. Well, me and Joe went to get something sweet. I came out and I seen this kid, and this other kid had him up against the wall, and the kid looked short, and I said, "He's getting robbed him." And then sort of dad mode kicks in. You know when it's a young lad. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And you're like, "Nah, I'm not having that." Normally I'd be like, "It's nothing to do, I don't care," but I felt a bit sorry for him, so he went over. I went, what's happening here? And he was like, the guy was robbing him. You know, you do that things like where you're robbing someone, but you're trying to make out you're not robbing him.
And your mates.
Yeah, like, I'm just asking him to go and give me a... Yeah, that's what he's like. I'm just asking him to go to the shop and just give me... He's got 20 quid on him. I'm only asking for a tenner of it. Just get me the change and that. And I was like... So I said to me and Joe, like, do you want to give him any money? He's like, not really, but I'm too scared to say no. So we were like, come on, just come with us kind of thing. And he went, all right. So he went, aren't you two from Stretford, Paddock?
The guy you saved or the guy doing it, Robin?
The guy we saved. And we were just like, yeah, it's just part of the service. But it wasn't like a big thing. The guy who was robbing him didn't want to fight or anything. He was just sort of like a bit annoyed we'd got involved. But it was, I just thought it was a bit sad. Do you know what I mean? Because it's like, he was only about 17, this kid who was getting basically robbed. But yeah, this was right in Piccadilly, right near between Morrison's and here. It's just
terrible.
Grim, it's grim. Dean B 1980 says Greggs is the Turkish Barbers of Manchester. Lol. Christopher Matthews been a member of the academy for 28 months. Hello lads. Who do you think the front three will be to start the first few games of the season? Could we see Hoyle and Zirkzee partnership up top? We'll get Webby's thoughts on some football later on, but we're not getting there yet. I'll name this podcast later. It says, love you guys. I hope you get the best pod award. Do you know what, right? I'm not just saying this. We don't enter. We stopped entering in like
2015.
Yeah, I was going to say 2017, but you're right, 2015. We don't enter. And people make a big deal of, Paddock didn't win. We don't. Why would we? We don't enter.
Do you know what? If you said to us, you've got 12 months to win one of those awards, I'd come back with 6. Because all we do is we just go and buy a table and, we won.
Yeah. Like, and then it makes me laugh because we've had it where they'll send you an invite and they'll go, do you want to come? And you'll go, and they'll go, like, there's 2 seats and there's like literally 4 of us on the channel and other people who contribute. And we'll go, and I remember one saying, like, oh, can we have an extra 2? And they were like, yeah, that's like another $3,000 or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no thanks. It's not that deep. It's fine. So yeah, I'd be amazed if we won because we don't enter. Someone's gifted a membership. Who's gifted a membership? I'll name this podcast later as gifted one Stretford Paddock membership. Do you know what I was reading the other day?
Yeah, go on.
My father-in-law got it, mate. I think you've got it upstairs as well.
I'm still laughing over that picture you sent me, that shirt. It was spelt wrong. Classic, that.
Right.
Classic.
My mate here, we wanted a shirt for the kids, you know how it is. Yeah. But I'm not going to, still hashtag Glazers out.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to go with it.
Hashtag DHK as fuck.
Yeah. So, Uncle Webby, don't worry, Jay. Got a guy. I know a guy. All legit, of course. All above board.
All legit, £8 full kit.
Yeah, exactly. Perfectly legal. I don't care what anyone says. And if anyone's questioning it, I'm making all this up anyway. So there you go.
Entertainment.
Yeah. Anyway, we got this about 8 months ago. This is the beginning of last season.
Yeah.
We're in our kitchen. And I get, funny enough, my father-in-law says, he looks at my daughter, she's got a back to him, and he goes, Garancho? And we went, what? And we looked, Garancho. So I was like, I messaged him, took a photo, I went.
You get what you pay for.
I know. I said, I can't complain, it was only £3. So he was laughing his head off. But yeah, we got to sort it out. But it was we've had it for ages. No one was noticed. But I think your mind just convinces you. It says what you think he's going to say. I was like, how the fuck have none of us noticed that? We've had it literally at a full season. But yeah, Garancho. So I hope you had a bit of a laugh at his expense.
Yeah. I couldn't wait for him to answer the phone to me. I absolutely slaughtered him. But he's true to his words. He said he'd send a new one. So,
he has.
Have you got it? Yeah.
Yeah, well,
lovely.
Yeah, it's in the post, I think.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward
Spelt
to getting
right.
my Marcus Rishford.
Yeah. Number 1. Oh,
no. Tumbleweed.
Yeah. I was reading. You've got upstairs Determined Norman Whiteside's book.
Oh right, yeah.
Mate, isn't it crazy how like people were playing for Manchester United, earning pennies, driving around in second-hand cars with no tax, insurance, and licence and all that. Not that long ago.
No.
And you always made the point, and I did the maths. Like in '99, he would have been about what 36.
Same age as Erik, isn't he?
Is that how old he is? Norman Whiteside.
I don't know. Man.
That's crazy because it's such a different era. But I was reading it and it was like how he was on like pennies playing for Manchester United first.
Is he the same age as Erik or same age as
Sheringham? He's 1 year younger than Erik. Because Eric's born in '66. Everyone knows that.
When's Sheringham then?
That's a good point.
But he made more money, apparently, in those six or 7 months he was at Everton, than he did through all his United career. You know, what a player he was. And
he's a year younger than... in fact, he's less than a year younger... No, sorry, he is a year younger than Teddy Sheringham.
Right, so Cantona obviously retired in 97,
yeah.
Like 31.
Yeah, had enough. Done it all, don't need to carry on.
Sheringham obviously scores the equaliser in 99 and he's banging it to a he's banging between the two of them in terms of age.
He's just basically the same age.
Like, there is an alternate universe where it's Norman Whiteside coming off the fucking bench to fucking equalise for Manchester United.
There is. There is, man.
What a player he was. You know.
Yeah.
If someone had invented like knees and that.
Yeah.
It's a shame because he said he had his knee operation and they put his cartilage in a jar and give it him. And he was only like 16. That was his first knee operation. And they went, yeah. And he said at the time that was normal. Like, that's what they did. It was just leave bone on bone.
When was his debut? 81? 82?
Yeah, I remember him, the goal at Villa Park. The volley we beat Arsenal 2-1. I was there.
Wow.
What a player he was. And then obviously people, that year he scored in the defeat to Liverpool because I think he was the youngest player to score at Wembley.
Was this in
the
League
League Cup when he beat us 2-1.
Lost both centre backs.
And he has, I think he still holds that record now. I might be broke, maybe one of your people out there could tell me. He held the record for being the youngest player at half the World Cups in history. You know, some record that in it. You know,
it's an hard one to beat and all, isn't it? Because of the frequency of them.
But you as a kid coming over from Ireland, you know, and being a kid in a man's body.
What was the three youngest? So it was youngest. So it was the youngest player at a World Cup.
Youngest
to score.
No.
Was it the youngest to get booked?
The youngest to get booked, I think.
Yeah, that don't surprise me.
Because I remember when I did.
There's one thing that'll stick in my mind. Obviously, the goals. Obviously, I was just saying about Villa Park and Wembley and all the goals he scored. The hat-trick against West Ham when it kicked off with the ICF. I think that was 85. But yeah, I remember him speaking to him personally about when he scored at Juventus away, and we got beat 2-1. Paolo Rossi got the winning injury time. What a team they had, by the way.
Yeah.
Boniek and all them, Platini. And the next night he was playing for the reserves.
The next night?
The next night when he come home, yeah. He equalised in the match, and then the next night he was playing for United reserves.
That's crazy, right?
You know, but
it's a shame because on that book as well, he said Fergie said he was the best player he ever saw. The only thing he lacked was pace.
Yeah.
And he said he was a sprint champion, and he had a problem with his hip or something. He had a problem. He went to see a physio when he was like 15, and he said the physio basically like got him on the table and hammered him, and like wrecked his hips, so he lost a bit of pace.
From one physio session?
Yeah, he said he was on that set, and he said that it was an old school physio where it's like, look, this is going to fix you. And he said his hips were clicking afterwards.
Was it Shipman?
Yeah, he's honestly. And he said, like, I was literally went from the quickest one in the team to the slowest.
Yeah.
That feels like two physio sessions could fix that then, if one physio session can do it.
Yeah, and he said like that. He said he just lost that pace, but he's still on.
Unless he got the fucking bat out. Honestly,
I always remember that
horrible,
the match at Anfield when I was there.
Just
we and Robbo scored and Gibbo got sent off, Colin Gibson, and Norman just hits McMahon. The ball's at the other end of the pitch. No, and we got the point out of it. Because McMahon was running the game after that, he never touched the ball.
I wonder why.
Norman was running around like an absolute lunatic.
I love that. I think I've seen.
The Strachan won it.
Yeah, the cigar.
Yeah.
I think I've seen like it's on YouTube, but you can't see the tackle properly.
Oh.
But I remember him doing it, or I don't remember it, but I've seen it. Him doing it, and the referee blowing up for it, and him and Robbo kicking off about the fact a free kick had been given.
Yeah.
It's assault.
Yeah, it was assault. It was.
Where's the fucking free one?
What? I mean,
Yeah. He'd not been on long.
Everyone gets one. Yeah, right, don't do it again.
Yeah.
All right, fucking hell.
Yeah, do you know what I mean?
Yellow,
Like, come on. Do you know what I mean? Like, so mad. Like,
And people go, oh, why are players scoring 50 goals a season? Okay, oh, sorry. I'll try that without dying.
Yeah.
People are going like, oh, players are scoring 50 goals a season now. They're way better than they ever used to be. No!
No, they're not. Erling Haaland, like back in the day, getting absolutely.
He's a good 20 goal a season striker. He is.
Yeah, of course.
He's not going to not score.
No.
You know, his best mate was at United.
No, on Whiteside, McGrath, wasn't it?
Wait.
Go on.
He played snooker with him every day.
Oh, Remy.
Yeah, Remy Moses.
And he said Remy didn't hardly speak, but him and Remy were like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still got.
'Cause I was reading that in the book.
Because obviously, you know, my man love for Remy. And he used to say, when he was in the hotel, I'd give Remy a ring and I wouldn't go near the phone. You know, but they are still close mates. When Remy obviously fell out totally with football, you know. He was another player. If today's that injury would have been 2 or 3 months out back playing, would have had 50 caps for England, been a regular at United.
Yeah.
But
How old was he when we got rid of him?
Well, he retired about 26, 27.
Well, Whiteside retired at
Could have
26.
seen the first Premier League, innit, as well.
Remy Moses, let's have a look.
I don't know, was it?
Well, he would have been 32 when the Premier League started.
He'd have been a squad player by then.
So,
You reckon?
But
with medicals.
No, it was Fergie's first game.
28 he retired.
Yeah, 28. Not even at the prime of his career. But no, what was about him, Peace, was used to go about him as hard as nails, which he was, but he could play football as well.
Yeah,
everyone who
I have vague memories of Remy Moses. Same with Paul McGrath, vague memories.
Like the 80s and the 70s teams. The 80s less so, but those 70s teams, because they only won one thing in the 70s, relegated and won one FA Cup is all there was to cheer about. Because of the high points of the 90s and that golden sort of romantic era of the 50s and the 60s, those 70s and 80s teams, and a lot of those players, you know, from like the Buchans and the Macaris and Koppel and players like that, they just get glossed over with the sheer weight of legends. Even Robbo, to a certain degree.
You're right. I remember watching something on Sky, I think it was, and it was James Nesbitt was presenting it, and it literally went like from Busby to Fergie.
Yeah.
It went, the 70s and 80s were a roller coaster.
Not the greatest of times. Anyway, here's Fergie.
I'm like, hang on a minute. We won fucking 3 FA Cups during what you've just glossed over. What's the matter with you?
I wasn't old enough, but my mate said one of the best seasons he had for United in that second division.
My dad says that.
He said it was unbelievable. They wrecked every gaff, didn't they?
Just mobbed up 2, 3, 4 thousand.
Every time they come off the train, there used to be all big banners there.
Random ass gaffs.
Welcome to Manchester United fans within about 5 minutes of the shop when they're going in.
Love that.
Yeah.
Have you ever watched I think is it Leyton Orient? That game against Leyton Orient.
Is that the first game of the season?
Where the guy out of the crowd does the line. Have you seen it? This is the second tier of English football, Stephen. And the linesman gets injured, and they basically go, does anyone know how to be a linesman? And this guy's got massive flares and his big collar. You've seen, haven't you? Big white shirt. Gets out of the crowd and runs the line for the last half hour.
When Jay just said he did a line, it's not what.
No. I know what you think. All right, he's back at it, but no. And also, I wasn't doing lines in the 70s because I wasn't born. It's mad. And you think, that's still like the second tier of English football. That's still Manchester United playing a game, and you've got Matey out of the crowd doing the line in a game that matters.
Imagine that in the Twitter era. Like the guy goes, went to watch the match today, ended up as linesman.
Yeah.
Everyone just
I had my flares on.
Fuck off.
Imagine the meltdown. But for what
if anyone can watch it. It's unbelievable.
After this, obviously, go on YouTube. It is. I think it's United versus Leyton Orient.
It is Leyton Orient.
Because I remember my dad telling me about it. I remember finding it, and I might know actually. I was watching it once. It was it came up on the telly, and my dad was like, "Oh, this is the game where the guy gets out of the crowd to do the line." I went, "Shut up," and he was like, "No, he does." And
what in the episode of Casualty is this?
Yeah. It's like, do you know what makes me laugh? Me and you always talk about this. You know, like them European Cup runs? It seems like, I remember watching a documentary on Villa when they won the European Cup, and they had like fans on the dugout. In the semi-final of the European Cup.
Was that the one they played in Holland, didn't they? That semi-final, it kicked off.
Yeah.
And it was in the dugout.
Yeah. And it's like, that's like
think about that.
The semi-final of the Champions League.
I'd say up to the 80s. Didn't Norm used to get the bus to the match?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
I think he did.
And then when he
got fucking drive when he first played.
When he stops getting the bus in his book anyway, you can clear this up or you can clarify this. Him and Paul McGrath drove. Neither of them had a licence. He had a banger. And he said, in his book, I read this the other day, he said they're at the roundabout near, I think it was near the Apollo. And he said, no, Paul McGrath's messed about the radio, and he says to no Whiteside, like, the lights have changed, put it in first. So Whiteside's put it in first, and they said they flew off. Because he said Paul McGrath didn't use first gear, he kept using second because he didn't know how to drive. So he's like, and he said, these are 2 players who play for Manchester United's first team, both of them, and they're driving in some banger he's bought off someone.
A couple of youngsters, so we're talking like Garnacho and Maynard getting pulled over.
Yeah, like driving a car.
Insurance, ragging it up and down Hyde Road.
Yeah, that's basically it.
I'll never forget that night where obviously both finished the United careers when they went on kick-off. Live with Elton Wellesby.
Tell us about it.
Elton Wellesby.
They had
there's a blast from the
They had a few sherbets.
Is this the one where it was all like...
It was just like... It was just... as a United fan, it was embarrassing.
Really?
But other players got away with it because they were performing, and unfortunately them too. And you look at the career Paul McGrath had when he left United, he was a Rolls Royce, wasn't he?
He was at Villa, he was the first...
Never trained, did he? Never trained, just went on a bike once a week.
By the way, his autobiography, there's only... I used to say for a long time that McGrath's autobiography is the best autobiography I've ever read. It's an absolute roller coaster. if you've not read it and you don't know too much about him, I would go read it. Obviously, left United, became the Premier League's first player of the year, which is massive, as a centre-half as well. And do you know why? Why I think why, at least, anyway. What happened in between 91-92 and 92-93? Remember?
In terms of...
Well, obviously the Premier League became a thing, pass-back rule.
Yeah.
So what's the requirement now? Defenders
play,
need to be able to play with football.
And he could do that.
Paul McGrath in today's era...
I fit Paul McGrath today, in today's era with the prices, 100 million. Easy, all day long. What a player he was. You know, when he started off United in midfield, you know, and then went back a few games, and, you know, when he left United, you're thinking, well, it's bad apple gone. Where's he going to end up? Aston Villa, player of the year, as Steve said.
He was saying it, I've read his book, well, he's like drinking bottles of something comfort before the game and being man of the match and being playing in blackout.
Yeah.
Like,
what gentleman he is, though. You know, I managed to spend a bit of time in his company up at the casino in Stockport. Lovely bloke, lovely bloke. You know, well loved in Ireland.
You needed cans to go to training. Cans.
He had it, like, I know obviously you've got issues you need to drink, but I think he had like psychological issues that weren't addressed, and he was like very insecure, a lot going on. And back in the day, then it was
I can imagine being
black
and growing up in a fucking orphanage in Ireland is probably going to affect you to a lot of degrees. The racism he was getting as a kid was fucking raw.
Yeah, and then you over at United early doors as a youngster, hitting the bottle.
Probably not quite fully adjusted to who you are and everything as well.
It's a really good point. That is a really good book, because there's parts of it that are really tragic, aren't there?
I'd say 70% of it.
Yeah.
Look, but it is the best. For a long time, it was the best. And then I read Tyson's, I was like, fucking hell. Because of the depth of stuff Tyson ended up doing.
Yeah.
Obviously, heavyweight champion of the world, has been involved in fucking all sorts.
Yeah.
I think Tyson's knocked it down in a second,
Really?
but it's so good. Even if you don't like United or football, just from a human story, it's unreal.
I'll have to get that myself.
Have you not got it?
No.
I think I've got one upstairs.
Yeah. He'll have one. He's got everyone. We're going to get back to that in a minute, though. Right. But first of all, it's not a bird, it's not a plane. It is the most revolutionary ball trimmer the world has ever seen. Yes, our friends over at Manscaped have dared to dream. They have looked at the 4.0 and they have said, no, do you know what? We can go one better. And they have brought out the Ultra 5.0 with the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra with the 2 interchangeable next-gen skin-safe blades. Yes, they have got you covered. And if you use the code HOUSEN, you get 20% off and free shipping. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Jay, all right, that's well and good. Yeah, we've got the 5.0 Ultra. I'm buzzing about that. I've got the 2 skin-safe, interchangeable, next-gen blades. But have I got the multifunctional on-off switch? Yes, you have. Have I got the LED light? Yes, you have. Don't worry, we have got you covered. Also, I'm looking at the wrong camera. Thank you, producer Ethan. I knew that. It was a test. And
back in your box, you.
And you passed it, yeah? Also, you've got the Weed Whacker. I don't know which one's this is yours.
Where'd you get it from?
No, actually, this is down here. Yours is upstairs, isn't it? Yeah. Him and Joseph keep leaving their weed whackers everywhere. It's most disturbing. But this is for your nose and ear hair. Men of a certain age will need it. I know I do. You've also got the boxer briefs. You've also got the shed travel bag. You've also got the crop soother toner and 2 free gifts. Yeah. You've got all that good stuff. You've got 20% off and free shipping. You don't have to mess about with all these different gadgets and gizmos. You get a girl for this one and that one. No, it's all in one bag. The Ultra 5.0, the weed whacker, the crop preserver, the crop toner, the shed travel bag. Got everything you need is in there. Yeah. The boxer briefs, yeah? As I always tell you, when you think of your balls, think of HOUSEN. Use the code HOUSEN, yeah? 20% off and free shipping. Your balls will thank you. And it's time to take advantage of this absolutely amazing, revolutionary jump in below-the-waist grooming. Big thank you to Manscaped sponsoring this podcast. What's your favourite sports autobiography then? Because you're Mr. fucking... I don't know if you've been upstairs, but it's just like... books everywhere.
It's like the library.
It is, isn't it?
Central library.
So, same at home as well.
Yeah. Because I've just started getting back into them a little bit again. Do you know what I mean? Because I went through a stage of just used to have my head in an autobiography and I stopped because of I
think it's got to be Tyson's, yeah. I think Tyson's... Paul McGrath's is second, though.
Paul McGrath's is amazing.
Because, you think of the profile of him. All right, yeah, he's a bit of a cult hero at United, but the profile of him shouldn't put him as the second greatest autobiography ever. But it is. Yeah. In my opinion, it is anyway. If anyone's read it in the comments, let me know. But
get involved in the comments. Let us know your best sports autobiography. About you, Uncle Webby, you must have a few.
Don't read.
You don't.
I've got to be in the mood. No. I'll tell you what was a good one I read. Micky Thomas. That's because obviously...
He's your pal.
He's my pal, but he's the thing of the money... in the prison. It was great. You know, Micky Thomas is worth a read.
If anyone doesn't know, when you say the money in the prison and all that, elucidate the masses.
Well, obviously Micky was playing for Wrexham. A lot of people remember Micky obviously at United, top player, and then obviously drifting around, then ended up at Wrexham and scoring that goal which knocks Arsenal out with the cup holders. You know, the free kick. Third round day comes, it's on every channel going. But then Micky just got himself a printing machine. And him always, if the story goes, he gets pulled in, gives a load to the reserves, and he get a cut. And youth team players, they get a collar in this nightclub. So obviously they've grasped on Micky. So obviously he's been
basics.
He's been dragged in the next day by Brian Flynn, who was the manager. Yeah. And the chairman's having a right go at him. Micky, he says, you've had that machine. We've been struggling all year to buy players, and you've had that machine and not said how. Obviously, he went to prison, done his time, but obviously where he was at, it was an open prison, and the main man was an Everton fan, so he used to let Micky go out every night.
Really?
He went to the pub, and then one night they stayed, and they had to knock on the door to get back in. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's a knock on to get back into the prison.
This is real life, by the way.
Yeah.
This is a guy that used to play for United.
Yeah, Micky Thomas, yeah. Some stories, Micky, and then obviously the screwdriver thing. You know, read his book. That's like Steve.
No, go on. You've piqued me interest.
Well, he got caught with someone's wife,
right,
in a dark, secluded lane in Wales, and her husband decided to stab Micky up there with a screwdriver. It's in the book. Read it. It's worth a read. Micky's a great lad. Great book, great stories, tells how it is, and a decent player.
Yeah, no, he
good bloke as well.
Yeah, good bloke.
Yeah,
do out for you, Micky.
Yeah,
do out for you.
Good
Lovely
mates with Maya. How is he?
Yeah, he's good, Micky. You know, he's on the golf course a lot now. You know, doing a lot of work for United, which I'm glad for. Doing a lot of dues.
Do you know what? I love that as well. Like players who've got a story and a personality and all that. It's not just about.
Imagine if Michael Owen's left, right, and centre.
I mean, you'd be bored to tears, wouldn't you? Like, and, all right, you've won a lot, but he's not. But
you know what?
That's not just about that, is it?
All of the players have got. You don't get to be who they are and what they've done without having a fucking edge to them.
Yeah.
So they've all got stories, but they're all so fucking terrified of like losing a boot sponsorship or whatever that they're not going to tell you who they really are.
That's why I think that era.
Micky used to have a drink before the match to steady his nerves.
That era.
And he used to tell me about for obviously for Wales. Because I said to him, Dave, you've not got any shirts left. He went, I used to give them all away at the airport, and a few times he'd get to the airport, didn't fancy it, turn around and go home. I think Micky ended up getting 50 odd caps for Wales. If he would have turned up for them, the ones he'd turned round.
Get to the airport and thing.
Yeah, don't fancy it.
Not coming.
Yeah, just turn round.
World Cup qualifier. Nah.
I think he told me a story about when he was at Everton with Howard Kendall. And Howard Kendall, had a bid from Brighton or someone, and he said to Micky, I'm thinking of calling it a day. And Micky's gone, I think you're doing a good job, boss. He said, no man about you. What, I sell you to Brighton? Oh, yeah, Micky.
How many, let's have a...
Well, Micky's had more clubs than Stringfellas,
do you know how many clubs he's had?
I'd say Micky...
Oh, my God, I couldn't tell you.
I remember him getting
a dozen.
Goal of the season once, but he gave the trophy back because Bruce Grobbelaar was in nets. He gave him the trophy back. I'd say Micky's had 8 or 9.
Nah, it's more. A dozen.
Is it more?
I'm going for a dozen.
He's talking the prison team as well. Does that count?
He is part of
Only
prison
played
FC,
home games though, Steve.
See, last week, Evra nearly joined Prison FC, didn't he? But it got Here We Go Day, wasn't it, at the end?
What?
See? What happened then?
Someone laughing at the sheer madness of that sentence, but again,
there was a report out, wasn't there, that Evra's been lifted for alimony or something like that.
Right.
There was a report out saying that.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so he was going to go to jail and is it suspended or something?
I don't know, but
fine.
He ends up doing a fucking Instagram video, doesn't even playing basketball wearing an orange jumpsuit, saying I'm not going to jail.
I don't think I've never met anyone like it. Patrice,
mad as a box of frogs.
He is mad, but then he's a
good man.
He's a good bloke. Yeah, like we met him on that. He did that Q&A with Merton and in his book, and then we got asked, like not asked, but we got the opportunity to meet him afterwards, and there was a massive queue of people, and I swear to God, he spent like 10 minutes with everyone. Like you had to wait for ages, but you didn't mind.
Should I show you what I sent him?
Your mates with, aren't you?
Which camera's on?
Go on.
I said,
give Steve single.
I said,
you're on your single.
Tell me where I'm sending the cakes.
Right, come on, tell me how many clubs, Mickey.
Right, yeah, go on then. How many
12.
can you name?
I'm saying 12.
You're
12. I'll
Name.
say.
Oh, wait, let me start because I don't know as much as you do.
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you how many.
Go on.
He's been at 14 clubs, but one of them twice.
Right.
Also, it's 13 at the post.
Yeah.
MHP.
Right, so Wrexham.
Yep, that's the one he was at twice. Just so you know.
I think he played for Real, did he?
Real's not on my radar unless it was.
What other team is there in Wales? It's not. Is it Cardiff?
No. Not
He
Cardiff.
got played another one. He played another team in Wales, didn't he? Bangor.
I don't know if you'll get. He did play another team in Wales.
Right, so
I don't know if you'll get it.
Should we go? Chelsea,
Yep.
Shrewsbury,
Yep.
Everton.
United.
Yep.
United.
Yep.
Did he play for Brighton?
Yep.
Yeah,
Did
Brighton.
he do like a
He played in America
Scunthorpe
as well,
or something
didn't he?
Not Scunthorpe.
Crew.
Not
Hartlepool.
Not Crew. You're in the right sort of thing. I don't know if either of you.
Grimsby.
You're hitting the post there. You're sort of in that size of club, that type of club. I'll put you out of your misery, right? So I'll go through his entire career. This is amazing, by the way. No, yeah. So Wrexham, United, Everton, Brighton, Stoke, Chelsea, West Brom, Derby, Wichita Wings.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Medical.
Yeah.
Oh, Wichita Wings, yeah.
Yeah. Shrewsbury, Leeds. We'll forgive him. It was only 3 games. Stoke, Wrexham again, and Portmaddock. International career, 51 appearances for Wales, 51 caps. Also, managerial career.
Oh, that reminds me. I need to text Chucky.
He was manager at Portmaddock apparently for
a day,
a while. Yeah, he just says 1994.
Yeah, be a day with Mickey.
Yeah, I think it doesn't tell you how much he Thomas never played at senior level after his imprisonment. Yeah, so his imprisonment was that sort of ended his career.
He tried to pay me some money with a £19 note once. I said, not having that, Mickey.
Did you give him change with your £3 note?
With his head on the note, yeah. The banker Thomas.
Did you give him change
Remember
from the
at West
banker
Ham,
Webby?
though, they were all throwing paper at him when that cut run of Wrexham's, he played West Ham, and there was a banner saying, West Ham bonds are more dodgy than Micky Thomas. Remember the bonds at West Ham? Was it?
Sorry, you were out 12. Someone's pointed out it was Stoke was twice as well. I missed that.
That's when he got goal of the season, belting goal. If you see it, it's on the half volley. But Grobbelaar was in nets and all that trouble come out. So we tried to hand the trophy back.
It was on our table when we went to watch. So we went to watch Wales for the qualifier with Ash.
Yeah.
And obviously I've ended up on the players table, the ex-players table. There's like, it's everyone on there, isn't it? Like you can fucking imagine, all fucking sat around the table, and Micky Thomas comes rocking up.
Yeah.
And it was good to see like that they knew each other as well.
Yeah. That's good. Verma is asking, does Steve have his pants on after last night?
It's pissing me off, this.
Go on,
We got to do transfer review, right? You know how hard it is with the competency we're delivering. Leny Yoro was a 4 out of 10 last week.
I know.
We
done. Can't have that.
It's not only it's not done pending, but it's done.
I know.
Dealt with.
I know. They're ruining it. INEOS. Do you know what I mean? I want us to be linked with Neymar for the entire summer, or chase Cesc Fabregas, or I don't know what else. Fabio Contrao at 10:30 on deadline day. That's what I want. None of this. Oh, we want Zirkzee, we've got him. Oh, we want Leny Yoro, we've got him. Well, shut up. No one cares about that.
It's far too and it just highlights to me just how shit them lot have been. Just how criminally shit, because this lot have come in. Like, are you telling me the Glazers couldn't have identified bringing in someone that was going to then bring in all the rest of the like, they just had no desire to, Jay.
No.
Because they didn't even try.
No.
They were like, we could. I hate the opposition fans hammer us, and they go, the Glazers have spent $1 billion, like, what you fucking crying about, and this, that. But we knew it was being spent badly. We knew we were overpaying for players. We knew we were getting our arse handed to us. We knew we couldn't sell anything for anything. And when we just want the club to be run properly. They've took over $1.5 billion out of the club, let alone the fact that do you know what? You would stomach it a bit if we was still maintaining a level of success, or felt like we were run properly, and like, fuckers take out 100 million a year for themselves, but all right, you can tell that they care, but they don't even pretend to care. and they take all the dough out, and then they put criminally incompetent fuckwits in charge. And then this lot have been here a fortnight. Some of them haven't even finished their inductions yet. And look at the fucking work they're doing. It's impressive.
It is like, it's just what you want to see.
Football club now, don't
and you know what as well,
strange.
It's like, they're not put off by certain things. Like, it's like, oh, my brother's at City, we want him, we'll get him. Like, Leny wants to go to Real Madrid, we want him, we can still get him. And they make it happen. Not in a delusional way of like, oh, we can get
Kaká.
Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? Not like that. But like, obtainable goals. And let's not forget, we're still Manchester United, we're still the biggest club in England. People sort of act like we're just fucking small time shit. No one's ever going to come to Manchester United. You won't sign anyone because you're not in the Champions League. We signed Zlatan and Pogba the window we were in the Champions League.
You see the odds on City getting relegated got like fucking cut by 7/8.
Sure, really. I think that I always look at the odds. Like, the bookies usually know what's going down with certain things. Like, you remember the transfers?
I think with City, it probably isn't that anyone's got wind of anything. I think it's probably someone hedging their bets. Saw a decent thing here, and they've gone pretty big on it. It doesn't take a lot to unbalance a bookies.
Yeah, that's true.
You always say that. Don't they?
Yeah.
One big bet goes in, and then they flap.
Yeah.
They flap. He knows something.
So they just cover their asses. Yeah. So if, let's say it was, I don't know what it was, let's say it was 1,000 to 1 for City to get relegated. It's now like 150 or 100 or 80 to 1.
When you think about it, it's 1,000 to 1, right, to City to get relegated, right? If you used to stick £1,000 on that, that's £1 million, isn't it? Yeah? Someone's paying out £1 million, they're going to fucking start looking at their odds, aren't they?
Well, if one
do you know what I mean?
If one person's gone in, even a grand on that, then someone somewhere's gone, we have to change the odds. Yeah. Because if 2, 3, 4, 5 more people
we're paying out £5 million if the FA just go, you can get fucking into the Championship, you cheating bastards. So I remember me and you having this conversation about the Ronaldo transfer, because the odds were like 20 to 1. And then certain text messages and tweets were flying around, and then by the time I got my grubby little hands on the betting app, they'd gone to evens.
I've never done it, you know.
I was gutted because I literally watched the odds change in front of me as I was like that. I was like, oh my God, no, this is a license to print money.
On a football transfer. Right. I know Ben does. Any little tidbits I've had and told him he's put. I've never done it.
Have you not?
Because it's not in my hands. Like, because there was a couple that I've had where I've been told, and it's been so fucking legit that who's told me. Like the Morata one especially, I went fucking live on Full Time Devils and like, I'm hearing Morata will be a fucking United player by weekend. 12 hours later, we signed Lukaku.
I know, man. I get it. I get like things can change, deals can change. Even if you've got good information, a player can change his mind, or another club can come in. Like me and you.
Fabregas' agent, and Andy Mitten's written about this extensively because he knows him as well, I think. Fabregas' agent, from his fucking mouth, said that ear there, said Cesc Fabregas will be David Moyes' first signing. Yeah. And this was like July or something of that summer. And I was like, fucking
How much of a difference do you two think that makes to David Moyes? Do you think that makes a big difference? Getting someone like Cesc Fabregas into that team? Or do you think...
wasn't just him as well, though. There was talk of Bale and other players wanting him to end up with Leny.
Well, Bale's dad was at that event where I spoke to Fabregas. I was with Kev Campbell at the thing, R.I.P.
Yeah. Absolute legend.
So I'm with Kev, and Kev's like, just fucking throwing me at all these different people. So Gareth's got, I think they're twins, 2 younger brothers, and they'd come to some trial day. There was a kid, I think he's called Madin Mohammed or something like that. He was like massive on YouTube as just being this absolute Messi level player at 6. United signed him and fucking sold him to West Ham within the space of half an hour and made money on it. Yeah, well, I was at this little fucking do, but Fabregas is there, or Fabregas' agent, sorry, is there. I was speaking to him and he's like, yeah, Cesc is going to be David Moyes' first thing here. And I was like, fucking hell. And I was telling Kev, and he's like, oh, because he was in the papers when Gareth Bale coming to United. Bale's dad was fucking at the side of the pitch because his 2 brothers were at this trial. He was at Woodley Sports. So I walked over to him and I said, oh, you know, what's the crack? Is he coming to United or what? And he went, he goes, I think they bid, which did turn out to be correct, didn't it? He goes, but I think no matter what, he's got his heart set on going to Madrid. And I was like, ugh. And he went, I think he'll play for you one day though. So if you notice, if you're going to look at anything I've ever said when it's like Gareth Bale got linked to United after a couple of years of being at Madrid, I was like, well, I think this one could happen.
Yeah, because you remember that conversation. So that's what I mean, though. And I just wonder, like, with Moyes, had someone like Fabregas come in, because I think Moyes could have actually survived just by getting top 4. Like, had he got
They probably
top
wouldn't
four,
have sacked him.
I think he would have. I think Fergie would have backed him, and that would have mattered for some. That would have counted.
I just think that match at Everton where he got sacked the 4-0, it was just disastrous. It was just an honourable day. And the Grim Reaper was behind him, and the writing was on the wall.
It was fucking horrible.
And I remember speaking to full-time Devils. It might have been Adam outside Goodison that day and said, I'm not going back in that ground while he's the manager. He got sacked 2 days later.
I remember that. You saying that about Van Gaal. I remember that. Do you remember?
Yeah.
I remember.
The file of facts.
You went, you can put this on camera. Yeah. I'm not going back in that ground. I don't care.
You get that file of facts.
You're the kiss of death. I think he got sacked. I think that was just before the FA Cup final.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Jed's Dead Baby says, did you see the Cantona Snapdragon ad? I don't remember last time I saw something so well polished from United finally acting like a big club. I love this. Even the adverts are...
proper, aren't they?
Yeah, Connor Lynn.
That away kit's dog shit.
Which one?
The blue one, the cricket one. The home kit's okay. It's not
the white
classic.
one's okay.
The white one's mega. The one with the flag. I
didn't like the one last season. It looked like a Scouts kit. Connor Lynn, I've not forgotten about you, son. Yeah, there was one last season. The white one that looked like reminded me of the Liverpool away kit. Do you remember?
Was it the cream one?
Yeah.
I quite like that one. Yeah, it's a bit of a
you're
91
fucking
flavour. Bit of a 91 flavour on it.
How dare you? That's out now, isn't it? There's a new 91 Cup Winners' Cup for me. You keep getting tagged on things in Twitter, which is great to say. People know the brand. All roads lead to Rotterdam. Connor Lynn, who's been all your guys' favourite player for United that no opposition team fan has rated highly? Any generation, love the content.
All of them. Cantona was shit, apparently. Rooney was shit. Beckham was shit. He just shagged a fucking pop star, so that's why he's famous. Giggs was just a fucking longevity merchant.
Yeah.
Paul Scholes was shit.
They've all been
Michael
shit.
Carrick was shit.
Everyone
Keane
thinks
was just a fuck.
Yeah. Everyone thinks our players are shit, don't they?
Vidic was shit. He's not as good as Van Dijk.
Everywhere as good
as shit. I mean, Gary Neville, by his own admission, was shit.
He does mad in the way he downplays his career.
You're absolutely correct.
Why does he act like he was fucking rubbish at football?
And he almost goes and sits in between Micky Richards and Carragher like, no, you're in a different carriage. You're not on the same fucking bit as these.
I love that when Roy Keane's so funny, man. When Micky Richards is naming the players that he said, I was better than Gary Neville, and you can see in Keno's now, and he's like, but yeah, he was playing with Cantona or whatever. I was playing with.
He's like,
He goes, well, they say they're saying the same about you.
10 titles. 10 titles. Gary Neville to be average at best. Or
how many England
whatever.
caps? 80 odd.
Yeah, well, he was the first one out of class of 92 that got into the England team. He was in the Euro 96 before Beckham and Scholes and Butt. Yeah, played every game. Yeah. And he acts like he just fucking wandered into the cliff and they went, just play for United for the next 15 years.
Ridiculous.
Honestly. Echosphere says, used to work in LFC club shop at Anfield. Why? Fella came in and asked for Dalglish on the back of the shirt. I didn't know how to spell it and printed Dalglish on the back. Right, okay, so you misspelled Dalglish's name, but I don't know. Right, okay, well, fair enough.
That's boss, that nice one.
Yeah. Do you know who I think gets a lot of shit as well? This is going to be a pretty unpopular opinion, but I know you'll agree, man. You'll 100% agree, man. I think you will as well. Paulins, for how good he was. People act like he was shit.
Player. The problem is he went to Liverpool.
Yeah, but people try and he weren't even that good at United. No, he fucking was good at United.
I think it'd be a lot worse if he went direct to Liverpool. Obviously, he went to Milan. Devastated when he left. Top player.
I was heartbroken.
And then you look at that Heinz, who I loved. And then he wanted to go to Liverpool direct. You know what I mean? And we played him, didn't we, when he was at Marseille? And I remember what I did. Went in the north stand for the first half when they were attacking the east stand. I gave him absolute dog's abuse, and then come out, had a ticket for the south stand, went in there and gave him a load of dog's abuse.
That's a commitment to giving someone shit.
I can see you doing that.
That was horrible. For him to want to go there because
we've all got heroes.
United fans touch to him because he was our kind of player.
He was player of the year in 2005, wasn't
he? But for him to do that,
no. And the way he was acting like it was just like. Fergie was having none of it, obviously. Thanks, James. Yep, I appreciate your kind words. You listened to the podcast I did about addiction. Bernardino says he's been a member of the Academy for a month. Thanks for joining. Is there anything better than Uncle Webby just talking sheer facts? Love you, Webby.
Thank you.
Peter Kelly, who's been a member of the Academy for 48 months, says, talking of United players from that era, Kevin Moran playing for United then, Dublin in the summer, isn't talked about. 2 FA Cups and 2 All-Irelands. Yeah.
I remember getting him stretchered off at that 83 Cup final, getting stretchered off, and the United fans in case of Arsenal. He's under the blanket with all his face hanging off, and he's like that with his hands. If you can watch that on YouTube, he had so many, was it something like over 100 stitches in one season in his head? You know what I mean?
Just
Great player, hard as nails.
How's that happening?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's just a different. It's like a different sport, a whole different era. Fergal McClements, why isn't the Manscaped? I had just a picture of Jay when Paddock started, and then another of him now. It's like 10 years younger. I'll take that. Here's one for you, Mr. Howson. Steve, says Sam. The FA have put the England job vacancy online.
We may or may not be talking about that upstairs.
This is your chance. Abinab.
Have you seen how narrow the fucking? I mean, what you got to a pro license, which I guess makes sense for the England manager, but not that it did fucking Gareth Southgate any good.
Yeah.
It says you've got to have proven success in the Premier League and/or international thingies. Well, Gareth didn't.
Yeah.
And then there's a few other list of requirements and that, and you just think, why have they specified the Premier League? And what means success? Winning it?
Yeah, I don't know. Well, there's not going to be, especially if they want to go English, there's not really any options there, is there?
No, not really.
Unless they're getting Howard Wilkinson back.
Yeah, exactly. Amino Rashid, would you sell McTominay, Webby, Jay, and Steve?
Yeah.
If the price was right, yeah. You know, when I look at Scott and I'm thinking he had a great qualifier for Scotland. Is he going to, if everyone's fit, he's going to start for us? No. What could we get for him? Is he going to be happy just being a squad player? No, I don't think so. If the money's right, let's look to sell him. You know, he's come through the ranks, you know, so...
Profit, innit?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I've been sorry to see him go, but things happen, don't they?
If we are going to let him go, we need to start bringing in other midfielders. Yeah. Maxwell Gaming says, off topic, we don't have him on this show, but how would you feel about Solskjaer being England manager?
Personally, I wouldn't give a fuck, but...
I'd quite like that, because I like Solskjaer more than I like England.
I think
Solskjaer remaining.
He got offered the Republic of Ireland job between us here. Yeah,
between us and the 2,500 people watching.
Yeah. He got offered that job for there, and it never happened.
Why did you just didn't want it? Obviously, if you got offered.
I don't know what happened. I know they had talks.
I think someone else was offered that job as well.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. To share with the group. Just keep us free like Webby.
Just keep it between us.
Like Webby just has.
No, because I think there might be someone listening.
Right, okay. You can tell us on
Listen,
camera.
I don't give a monkey's, mate.
Fergal McClellan says, is Moyes the most successful manager after they left United?
Jose is also won in Europe again, hasn't he?
Yeah, so Jose, I know Moyes obviously won the Europa Conference, but Jose's
what did Louis do?
Louis, what did he do? He went to...
He's
Holland.
worked, hasn't he?
Yeah, he went
back to Holland.
Yeah, well, he managed the Dutch team, didn't he?
Yeah.
But they've just, I know, it was a strange team, the Dutch. They're just underperforming all well. I don't even know if they are underperforming. I just don't think it's a particularly great era for them in terms of, especially attackers. Abhinav Verma says, Steve, who is this Arsenal youth player United have been scouting? They are now triggered saying that United don't have a pathway for youth. Yeah, famously, we don't do it. Just shut up.
Do people just write stuff and go, oh, people just...
Yeah, but people write it on Twitter or whatever, and then people do like it. You can say something like that, and everyone who hates United, which is lots of people, will like it. Ronaldinho says, Jay, are you worried that Steve looks like JD Vance as everyday passes?
We spoke about that this morning.
We did, didn't we? No. Steve doesn't look like JD Vance. JD Vance looks like Steve. Get it right. Shiel Mar says, Richard Rios to United, amazing player. I'm sure Steve's got whoever these players that you're mentioning, Steve will have a scouting report on his channel, don't worry about it.
We did a guy.
Jed's Dead Baby says we've just bought a Dutch attacker. Lol. Yeah, I get that. I just mean like Memphis Depay leading the line with Cody Gakpo, and then Wout Weghorst as your backup, which is what they have in the Euros. Isn't classic.
Zirkzee's behind fucking Weghorst in the pecking order, and we've just paid whatever for him. Yeah, because Ronald Koeman is a fucking widge. The same as Gareth Southgate. Like somebody like. Trent's a better midfielder than fucking Mainu because he's playing ahead of him.
No, he's not. Nah. It's Cole Palmer's shit then because Gareth Southgate won't start him. It's just like it's one man's opinion and he's fucking wrong. Webby, just before I let you go, the burning question that me, Steve, regular viewers of the Webby show, is what this podcast is usually called when you're on it, will want to know: how is your good friend Skiprat?
Not seen out of him. You know, he's gone undercover, I think. He's gone underground.
Has he?
Yeah, like all rats do.
Yeah.
No doubt he'll be around once the Charity Shield comes.
Yeah.
I did have a number for him, but I think he's blocked me.
Has he?
Yeah, I think because he heard that I used him on the show and I don't think he's too happy. I think he wanted some royalties.
Does it? Did he want us to sort him out? We can.
Yeah, a few cans.
Yeah, we'll get him a few cans if you want.
Oh, I'm going to go and try and see him in a couple of weeks with some of the lads. See if he's still knocking about up the platin. He will be. Character. But we're going to try and get him to Wembley.
Are you going to give him a ticket this
2.
time, or are you going to give him a piece of paper saying, let me in, I've got a gun?
Give him a ticket this time.
Yeah. That's
maybe.
Nice. That's nice, yeah.
Maybe. Maybe not. Depends how I feel.
With the German war helmet or without?
No, it'd be a bit warm for that this year. We'll have some kind of a tire on him.
Yeah, keep us posted.
Yeah, we'll do. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Steve, game this weekend. What's going on with Paddock FC?
Yeah, do you know what? I got a fucking beaming bonnet, man. So I like to try and plan out what we're doing for pre-season a good couple of months in advance.
You love a plan, you.
I do love a plan, and I had us all lined up with who we're playing, when we're playing them. The hard things, booking facilities and stuff like that, but we've got a couple of options. So I was like, well, I'll make the facilities work. But I just want to... What I like to do is play our hardest games at the start of pre-season, get the lads on the fucking back foot a little bit, like fucking hell. Yeah. We just got twatted here. And we did. We got beat 5-0 off draws into the week. Don't think it was a 5-0 game, but it was 5-0. And there's obviously work to do. There's obviously a gap between us that we need to fucking close.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with that. Not happy, but, it is what it is. And then what I like to do is play highest level and then roll it back. And I don't play anyone of our level. Right. I only play up. Because I want the lads to be a bit fucking like trying to catch up rather than like swaggering about thinking piece of piss this. And then it's worked because we've started every season that we've done that with a fucking absolute rocket. And we just start fucking running through teams and it's good. This year, I've had 5 teams pull out on us for pre-season matches. Cancel on us.
Just different reasons.
Yeah, and then 3 of that 5 has been within 24 hours of the fucking game. Pitch is booked, food is booked, ref is booked, and I'm not going to get a fucking redo on a fixture. Like, everyone's booked up. No one's going to fucking come and play us on 24 hours notice. Shout out to a team called Dayton. I'm not even sure where they're from, to be honest. They're in Cheshire League above us. Yeah. Because we had a team pull out on us this morning. Bit weird this as well, because... Last night at 10 o'clock, they were tweeting, asking for a game for their second team because their second team had a team pull out on them. So they're asking for a game for their second team. 9 o'clock this morning, they pulled out on us. So I said, why don't you play second team? They said, they've already got a game. So you're fucking asking for a game at 10 o'clock last night for them. Why not honour the game you've got fucking booked rather than trying to book another fucking game? Yeah. I've got 350. And by the way, if you're interested, like, when I say I'm trying to fucking develop youngsters, I fucking mean it, right? I've got 3 15-year-olds in that team tomorrow.
Really?
And you'll have a look at them. The match will be on live on Twitch.
Oh,
watch
exciting times.
Hey, so if you want to come and tune in,
what time's your kick-off?
2 o'clock.
Oh, that's right. Then you can watch him. Then you can jump over to our watch along for the United game. I'm just going to power.
That's 4 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm going to power through some of the super chats that I missed because we were chatting about all sorts. Dean B. 980, Webby the absolute legend. Also says Greg's is the Turkish Barber's Manchester. I think I read that one. Christopher Matthews asked about the front three of the first few games of the season. Could we see Hoyle and Zirkzee partnership up top? Do you think we could? Yeah. Sound. Yeah. Sorry, I will get to these. Tina to left and to Toka. If we get Delict with Lindelof and Maguire get sold, will INEOS do some good things this era and will around Old Trafford? And what will happen to OT? I think Steve's plan or his idea might actually come to fruition where they build a new stadium and OT becomes a place for the academy. That'd be good, wouldn't it? To see
if you've got to build, you've got to go with the times. Yeah. No one wants to leave Old Trafford. We've all got memories there. Most of them great. We've had some bad days, but we've had more brilliant days there. But you've got to move with the time. There's a room at the back to build a new stadium. Keep Old Trafford. Maybe take a layer off it, and for the youth team and the women and whatever, keep it there. But you got to go with the times. We've got to go with it. If we don't, we're going to get left behind.
100%. Adam Blinston says, with the recruitment overhaul, United showing they mean business, how long do you think it will take to see this on the pitch?
2 weeks.
I agree. 21 is coming. Clayton M said, Sir O'Neill, favourite away day and home match, I'd give anything for your football experience. I think you're mixing him up with his partner in crime on the Webby and O'Neill channel. Go and check out the Webby and O'Neill channel, by the way. I think that's everyone. If I've missed anyone, forgive me. I did try to get through everyone there. Like I said, go and check out Webby and O'Neill. You've done a video on there this week. Have a little chat and a catch up. Go and check out Stretford Paddock FC and go and check out Stephen House TV as well. Make sure you are hitting like, share and subscribe. We're going to be back tomorrow with the watch along, so you can go and watch his team on Twitch, then come and watch us lot on the watch along for the game in Edinburgh. Big thank you to Manscaped for sponsoring this podcast. That's been Webby, that's been Alison, I've been Jim Meyer. This has been The Brew. Thanks for watching.